Ryan's office revenge. We're cutting you loose. Your company card is canceled. Figure out how to get home yourself. You're done. I read the text message 3 times, standing in that Munich hotel lobby. The marble floor felt solid under my feet while everything else crumbled. My boss's words glowed on that screen. Each word hit like a sucker punch. I didn't throw my phone. I didn't curse. I just stood there while people walked past me speaking German, dragging their luggage, living their normal lives while mine fell apart. I typed back, "Understood. Thank you for letting me know." Then I sat down and tried to figure out what just happened. Let me back up. Tell you how I ended up thousands of miles from home, holding $60 and a text message that said 15 years of loyalty meant nothing. My name is Richard Patterson. I'm 48 years old. Marine veteran, 2 tours overseas before the corporate world. I've got a 16-year-old son named Mason, who's planning for college next year. His mother died from cancer 8 years ago. Then it's been just us two. I started at Consolidated Industries 15 years ago, right after I got out of the service. They make industrial equipment, heavy machinery for bridges, skyscrapers, major infrastructure. I wasn't some paper pusher. I was VP of International Procurement. I found suppliers who could deliver specialized materials, steel, precision components, whatever our engineers needed. The job paid well enough. More important, I was good at it. I could talk to suppliers worldwide, make them understand our specifications exactly. I learned enough German and Italian to get by. I remembered their families, their business challenges. That's how you build trust. You show up, deliver what you promise, treat people with respect. My boss was Brandon Hayes, 42 years old, fresh MBA from some Ivy League school. Got promoted to division head 2 years ago, right over me, despite my experience. Brandon liked reminding me I was old school. You need to adapt to modern business practices, he'd say when I insisted on face-to-face meetings. There are more efficient ways, Richard. I'd nod and say, yes, sir. Mason needed that college fund. I needed my pension to vest. So I kept quiet and did my job right. 3 months ago, Brandon called me in. We've got a problem. Our steel supplier in Germany, the one providing everything for the Morrison Bridge project, they're threatening to walk. Why? I asked. How should I know? You're the one who deals with these people. Like I was some translator instead of someone who understood technical specs and built relationships. I'll reach out, I said. Klaus Wagner ran the steel operation. Family business outside Munich, 3 generations making precision steel. The finest I'd worked with. Strong, reliable, perfect for major projects. Klaus was frustrated during our call. Your company treats us like machines. Last quarter they wanted 15% less payment. This quarter they want delivery in half the time. They never ask if we can do this. They just demand. I understand. Let me work something out. I spent 2 weeks on a proposal. Better payment terms, realistic schedules, guaranteed orders so Klaus could plan ahead. Things that made sense for both sides. Brandon barely looked at it. Just go there. Go to Germany and fix this. Make them happy. That's what we pay you for. When? Next week. 6 weeks, however long it takes. 6 weeks. Mason had baseball tournaments, parent conferences, all the stuff you try not to miss as a single dad. My son. Your son has family. Figure it out, Richard. This is an $8 million contract. Don't screw it up. Mason took it better than expected. At 16, he understood work pays for college. I'll be fine, Dad. Nicole can check on me. My sister lives 20 minutes away. I'll be back before spring break, I promised. I didn't keep that promise. I arrived in Munich on Tuesday. Clean city, organized, efficient. Took a taxi to the business hotel Brandon's assistant arranged. Nothing fancy but professional. Met Klaus the next day at his facility. Not in the city. 45-minute train ride. The building was older but well-maintained. Inside, workers cut and shaped steel with precision machinery. Sharp, metallic smells. Klaus was 61. Gray hair, calloused hands. His daughter Anna handled administration. She brought coffee and real German pretzels while we talked. "Tell me what you need," Klaus said in careful English. "I need you to keep working with us. But I need you to tell me what's not working." We talked hours that first day. Specifications, schedules, respect. That word kept coming up. "Your boss," Klaus said carefully, "speaks to us like we're incompetent. Like our 60 years of experience means nothing. I know. He speaks to me the same way." Anna looked at me with understanding. "Then why do you stay?" "Son's college fund." She nodded. She got it. Over 5 weeks, I built something with Klaus's family. Not just business. Real partnership. We negotiated terms that worked. I explained what our engineers actually needed. He explained what his equipment could produce. We found solutions. Klaus insisted on something unusual. "I want you to be our contact. Not your boss, not anyone else. You. I'm not in charge, just the VP. Then we make you in charge of this arrangement. Every specification goes through you. Every change needs your approval. Otherwise, we don't work with Consolidated." I didn't understand then. Later, I realized he saw what I missed. Brandon was taking credit for my work. Klaus wanted to protect what we were building. Back home, Brandon messaged constantly. "Where are we? When's it signed? What's taking so long?" I'd explain building trust takes time. He'd respond, "I don't need explanations. I need results." Once Brandon joined a video call with Klaus. Disaster. Brandon interrupted constantly, made jokes that didn't translate, treated Klaus like he was wasting time. After Brandon left, Klaus said, "That man doesn't respect anyone but himself. I'm sorry. Don't apologize for him, you are. Not him. Mason's spring break came and went. I sent money for his trip, made video calls. I miss you, Dad, but I understand. This is important. I'll make it up to you. Soon." After 6 weeks, everything was ready. Complete agreement, terms that made sense. Partnership worth $8 million over 18 months. Enough steel for Morrison Bridge and 2 more major projects. Klaus's family would benefit. Company would benefit. Everyone wins. Signing scheduled Thursday morning. Klaus wanted it done properly, whole family present. He treated it like it mattered. I was proud of what I'd built. For once, I'd done something that mattered. That Wednesday evening, checking everything for next day, my phone buzzed. Brandon's message appeared. "We're cutting you loose. Your company card is canceled. Figure out how to get home yourself. You're done." I stopped breathing. Read it again, then again. No explanation, no warning. Just those words. I checked my card. He wasn't lying. Canceled. I had $60 in my wallet. My return flight was booked through company travel. Probably canceled too. I was stranded in Germany. After 6 weeks of work, after missing Mason's spring break, after eating cheap meals to save company money, after doing everything they asked. And Brandon called me, done. I typed back. Understood. Thank you for letting me know. Didn't know what else to say. My mind went blank. I sat in that lobby maybe an hour. People walked past. Hotel staff glanced but didn't say anything. I kept thinking about Mason. How would I explain this? How would I pay for his college now? Then something clicked. Not anger, something colder, more focused. I looked at my briefcase. Inside was the unsigned contract. The one worth $8 million, the one that would save Consolidated's biggest project, the one Klaus refused to sign with anyone except me. I stood up, walked out of that hotel, found the train station, rode back to Klaus's facility one last time. Dark by the time I reached the workshop. Lights still on, still. Inside. Klaus and Anna finishing paperwork for tomorrow's signing. They looked surprised when I walked in. "Richard," Klaus said, "is everything all right?" They fired me. Words came out flat. My boss sent a message this evening. Said they're cutting me loose, canceled my company card, told me to find my own way home. Anna put her hand to her mouth. Klaus's face went hard. After everything, he said quietly. After 6 weeks. After you worked so hard. Yes. Where are you staying tonight? The hotel. I have cash for maybe 2 more nights. Then I'll figure something out. Klaus exchanged a look with Anna. One of those family conversations without words. Then he turned back. The signing tomorrow. What do you want to do? That's when I realized something. Klaus wasn't asking if the signing would happen. He was asking what I wanted to happen. What do you mean? This contract, he said, gesturing to papers on his desk. It's written with your name. You are the contact person. You approve everything. This company must deal with you to get our steel. That's what we negotiated. But I don't work there anymore. Exactly, Klaus said. So why would I sign with them? The weight of it hit me slowly. The contract wasn't just about me being contact person. It was legally binding. Klaus had insisted on language that made me the required liaison for the entire partnership. Without me, no deal. They'll send someone else. They'll try to renegotiate. Let them try, Klaus said. I won't speak to them. My family won't speak to them. We built this relationship with you, not with that man who disrespects us. You. But what about that other company? The one that contacted you last month? Klaus smiled. Wasn't a happy smile. Something sharper. Titan Industries. Yes. They've been calling us almost a year, offering better prices, better terms. We always said no because we had understanding with Consolidated. But now, he shrugged. Now Consolidated has broken that understanding. You'd really walk away from $8 million? The money isn't walking away, Anna said quietly. It's just walking to someone else, someone who treats people properly. I felt something shift, something that had been tight for so long I'd forgotten it was there. There's something else, Klaus said. Titan Industries asked us last month if we knew anyone who could coordinate their international procurement, someone who understands specifications and suppliers, someone with connections. He paused. He meant me. I can't, I said automatically. I need to get home. I need to find another job. You need to stop letting people treat you like you're expendable, Klaus said firmly. This man, your boss, throws you away like garbage after you built something valuable, and you want to rush home and find another person who will do the same thing? I have a son. I need stable work. I can't take risks. This isn't a risk, Anna said. This is you taking what you've earned. You built this relationship. You did the work. Why should they? I benefit from it? I looked at the unsigned contract. 6 weeks of my life. 6 weeks away from Mason. All those conversations. All those negotiations. All that trust I'd built. And Brandon had called me done. What would I need to do? I asked quietly. Klaus's expression softened. Tonight, nothing. Stay here. We have a guest room upstairs. Tomorrow morning I'll call Titan Industries. I'll tell them Consolidated is no longer an option. I'll introduce them to you. Then I'll call your old boss and tell him there will be no signing. He'll be furious. Good, Klaus said simply. I stayed in their guest room that night, small and clean with a bed that felt like luxury compared to the budget hotel. Anna brought me soup and bread, sat with me while I ate. My grandfather used to say something, she told me. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. Your boss showed you who he is. Don't give him a second chance to prove it again. I thought about that all night, about all the times Brandon had shown me exactly who he was and how I'd ignored it because I needed the job, because I was scared, because I thought I didn't have choices. The next morning, Klaus made his calls. First, he called someone at Titan Industries. I could only hear his side. Yes, this is Klaus from Wagner Precision Steel. We spoke last month about a partnership. Is that still something you're interested in? Good. I have someone you should meet. He's excellent. He's the reason Consolidated wanted to work with us. Now he's available. Then he called Brandon. I sat there while he put the phone on speaker. My hands were steady, but my pulse was racing. Brandon answered on the second ring. Klaus, finally. I've been trying to reach you. Are we all set for this morning? No, Klaus said. We're not all set. Silence. What do you mean? Brandon's voice got harder. I mean, there will be no signing, no agreement. Wagner Precision Steel will not be working with Consolidated Industries. Is this about money? Because we can... This is about respect, Klaus interrupted. Something you don't understand. Now wait a minute. I don't know what Richard told you, but... He told me you fired him, Klaus said. After he spent 6 weeks here building something good. After he worked harder than anyone I've seen. You threw him away like he means nothing. That's an internal company matter, Brandon said. His voice was tight now, controlled. It has nothing to do with our business arrangement. It has everything to do with it, Klaus said. Richard was our arrangement. We negotiated with him. We trust him. We don't trust you. So there is no arrangement. You can't do this. We have a verbal agreement. We have nothing, Klaus said. And now I'm going to work with Titan Industries instead. They've been asking us for a year. We said no because we were loyal to Consolidated. But Consolidated wasn't loyal to the person who made this possible. So, goodbye. Wait. Klaus hung up. I just stared at him. My pulse was hammering. Did you just... I started. Did you really... Yes, Klaus said calmly. I did. Now let's talk about your new job. Titan Industries wanted to meet me that afternoon. Klaus arranged everything. They sent a car, actual car with driver. I'd been taking trains for 6 weeks. The Titan headquarters was in a better part of Munich. Newer building, professional atmosphere. I felt out of place walking in there, wearing the same clothes I'd been rotating for weeks. The person who met me was Jennifer Sullivan, maybe 45, sharp suit, direct manner. Klaus speaks very highly of you, she said after we shook hands. Tell me about yourself. I told her. Not the corporate version, the real version. About Mason, about working at Consolidated, about building relationships with suppliers because I actually cared about quality, about being stranded yesterday and yet being here today. And yet you're here today, Jennifer said. Not on a plane home. Why? Because Klaus made me realize something, I said. I'm good at what I do, really good, and I'm tired of people who don't see that. Jennifer smiled. Klaus said you negotiated an $8 million agreement. Is that accurate? Yes. Can you do that again for us? Yes, I said. And I meant it. Then let's talk about what you need. Salary, travel arrangements, flexible schedule because you have a son. All of it. Tell me what would make this work for you. No one had ever asked me that before. What I needed. What would make things work for me? I told her about needing to be home for Mason's senior year, about wanting fair compensation, about needing respect and trust, about wanting to build something that mattered. Done, Jennifer said. All of it. When can you start? I need to get home first. See my son, explain what's happening. Then I can come back. We'll arrange your flight today if you want. When you're ready to return, we'll cover everything. Housing, transportation, whatever you need. I left that meeting knowing my life had just changed completely. My phone started ringing that evening. Brandon, over and over. I didn't answer. Then he started texting. What did you tell Klaus? You sabotaged us. This is illegal. You'll hear from our lawyers. You're destroying the company. I deleted each message without reading them fully. Then he tried a different approach. Richard, please, let's talk about this. Maybe I was too harsh yesterday. We can work something out. Come back and we'll fix this. I blocked his number. The next morning, Klaus drove me to the airport himself. He'd paid for my ticket, wouldn't let me refuse. You earned this, he said at the departure gate. You earned respect. You earned trust. You earned a good job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you, I said. Those 2 words couldn't hold everything I was feeling. Go see your son, he smiled. Then come back and help us build something better. The flight home was the longest 12 hours of my life. I kept thinking about Mason, about explaining why I'd been gone so long, about telling him things were going to be different now. Nicole picked me up from the airport. One look at my face and she asked, "What happened?" I told her everything in the car. She kept glancing at me while driving like she was checking if I was real. So you just, she said slowly, you just walked away and now you have a better job? I didn't walk away, I said. They threw me away. I just made sure they couldn't benefit from the pieces. Mason was doing homework when I got home. He looked up when I walked into his room, and his face lit up. Dad! He stood up and gave me a hug. At 16, he was almost as tall as me now. You're home, he said. How did it go? I sat on his desk chair and told him the whole story, about getting fired, about Klaus, about the new job. His expression went from confused to angry to proud. So they just threw you away after 15 years? He asked. Yes. And now their big project is screwed? Probably. Good, he said with teenage certainty. They deserved it. I'm going to be traveling more, I said. But the pay is a lot better. We won't have to worry about college anymore. Dad, Mason said seriously, I'm proud of you. You didn't let them push you around. That weekend, Consolidated Industries tried to reach me through other channels. Someone from HR sent an email. Brandon would like to speak with you about reconsidering your position. We're prepared to offer increased compensation. I wrote back, I don't have a position to reconsider. I was terminated via text message while on company business overseas. Please don't contact me again. They tried twice more. Different people, same message. I ignored them all. 3 weeks later, I was back in Munich. This time, Titan Industries arranged everything. Proper apartment near the city center, rental car, schedule that let me fly home every 2 weeks to see Mason. Jennifer met me on my first day. Welcome back, she said. Ready to build something? Yes, I said. The work was similar, finding suppliers, negotiating terms, building partnerships. But everything else was different. When I had ideas, people listened. When I needed time off from Mason's baseball games, nobody made me feel guilty. When I did good work, they acknowledged it. I helped Titan secure not just steel from Klaus's family, but specialized components from suppliers in Italy, precision machinery from companies in Japan, materials from craftspeople around the world. Each connection I made was treated like it mattered, because it did. Mason adjusted better than expected. Nicole says you have an important job now, he told me during one of my trips home. Is that true? It's important to me, I said. But you're more important. That's why I come home so much. I like that you come home, he said simply. And I like those German cookies you bring me. 4 months after I started with Titan, their fall project launched. Major highway expansion using materials I'd sourced. Everything came in on time, under budget, perfect specifications. The client was so impressed they immediately contracted Titan for 2 more projects. Orders flooded in from construction companies that had never worked with us before. Jennifer called me into her office after the numbers came in. "Do you know what you've done?" she asked. "I just did my job," I said. "You built us a reputation," she said. "These relationships you've created, these suppliers who trust us because they trust you, that's not just a job, that's something rare." She offered me a promotion, Senior VP of Global Procurement, 60% more money than I'd ever made, full benefits, stock options, guarantee that I could work remotely 3 weeks out of every month. "Yes," I said before she could finish explaining. "Yes to all of it." That evening I called Klaus to share the news. He laughed so loudly I had to hold the phone away from my ear. "I knew it," he said. "I told Anna, that man is going to change everything." "And look at you now. I couldn't have done it without you," I said. "You did it yourself," he corrected. "Gently. I just gave you a chance to show what you could do. You did the rest." Meanwhile, Consolidated Industries was collapsing. I didn't seek out this information. News travels in our industry. People talk. Suppliers share stories. Without Klaus's steel, Consolidated couldn't complete the Morrison Bridge project. They tried finding other suppliers, but nobody could match the specifications. The project fell behind schedule. The client started threatening penalties. Other contracts got delayed because materials weren't available. Financially, they were bleeding. The Morrison project was supposed to bring in $25 million. Instead, it brought in losses, delays, angry clients, legal threats from contractors who felt cheated. Brandon tried to save himself. He fired other people on his team, restructured the division, made promises about fixing everything. But the damage was done. I heard through someone who still worked there that he tried to contact Klaus again. Offered more money. Better terms, practically begged. Klaus told him, "You had the best procurement VP in the industry working for you. You called him done and left him stranded overseas. Why would I trust anything you say?" 8 months after that text message in the Munich hotel lobby, Consolidated Industries filed for bankruptcy protection. Their parent company sold them off in pieces. The industrial division shut down completely. Brandon lost his job. When he tried to find work at other companies, nobody would hire him. His reputation was damaged. When potential employers called references, they heard about how he treated suppliers, how he treated his own team, how he destroyed an $8 million partnership because he couldn't value the person who built it. Last I heard, he was working at some small engineering firm nobody had heard of, making half his old salary. I didn't celebrate when I heard this. I didn't feel victorious. I just felt relieved. Relieved that I'd gotten out. That I'd found people who valued what I could do. That I'd built something real and good and mine. A year after everything happened, Titan Industries opened their first U.S. office in Chicago. Jennifer invited me to the opening event. I brought Mason with me. He wore a suit and tie, looked like a young professional. "Did you really help build all of this, Dad?" Mason asked, looking around at the displays. "I helped find the people who made it possible," I said. "The steelworkers in Germany, the component manufacturers in Italy, the craftspeople all over the world. I helped connect them with people who appreciate quality work." "That's a lot of responsibility," he said seriously. "It is," I agreed. "And I get paid well for it, which means we don't have to worry about your college costs anymore." His face lit up. "Really? Really?" Jennifer found me near the end of the event. "I'm glad you came," she said. "This wouldn't exist without you." "It would exist," I said. "Maybe just with different suppliers." "No," Jennifer said firmly. "It wouldn't. Not like this. You built something special, Richard. These suppliers don't just work with us because we pay them. They work with us because they trust you. That's rare. That's valuable. I promised I wouldn't forget that." That night, Mason fell asleep on the plane home. His head rested on my shoulder. I looked at his peaceful face and thought about everything that had changed. A year ago, I was standing in a Munich hotel lobby, reading a text message that called me done. Stranded, scared, $60 in my wallet, and no idea how to get home. Now I had a job that valued me, suppliers around the world who respected me, enough money to give Mason the future he deserved, and most importantly, the knowledge that I'd never let anyone treat me that way again. Did I destroy Consolidated Industries? No. Brandon did that himself when he decided 15 years of loyalty meant nothing, when he threw away the person who'd built something valuable for his company, when he chose corporate politics over competence. I just refused to save him from his own choices. Sometimes people ask me if I feel guilty, if I wonder whether I should have handled things differently. The answer is no. I don't feel guilty for valuing myself, for refusing to let someone benefit from work they didn't appreciate, for walking away from people who treated me like I was disposable. Klaus taught me something important in that workshop. He said, "When someone throws you away, don't climb back into their trash bin. Walk away and let them realize what they've lost." That's what I did. I walked away and I built something better. Mason is 17 now and headed to college next year with a full scholarship and money in the bank. He knows the story. He knows his father was treated badly once, that he was stranded far from home, that he found a way to turn something terrible into something good. "You did the right thing, Dad," he told me last week. "You showed them what happens when you throw away good people." Maybe he's right. Maybe standing up for yourself when everyone else wants you to accept less is the most important lesson you can pass on. The military taught me that you never leave a man behind. But corporate America operates differently. They'll abandon you the moment it's convenient. Brandon proved that when he sent that text message while I was thousands of miles away, doing the job he'd asked me to do. But here's what Brandon didn't understand. When you build real relationships based on trust and respect, those relationships belong to you, not your company. Klaus didn't owe Consolidated anything. His loyalty was to the person who'd treated him with dignity. In the end, Brandon got exactly what he deserved. He treated people like they were expendable, so when his own failures caught up with him, nobody was willing to help. The suppliers he'd disrespected wouldn't work with him. The employees he'd thrown away weren't there to save him. He discovered too late that relationships matter more than corporate titles. I learned something that year in Munich that every man over 50 should understand. Your value isn't determined by how your boss treats you. It's determined by the quality of work you do and the relationships you build. When someone can't see that value, the problem isn't with you, it's with them. The best revenge isn't destruction. It's proving them wrong by succeeding without them. It's taking your expertise, your relationships, your integrity, and building something better somewhere else. It's showing the world that their failure to recognize your worth was their loss, not yours. Sometimes you have to lose everything to discover what you're really worth. And sometimes the people who throw you away are doing you the biggest favor of your life.